Okay, legends, we're just going to have a quick cylinder change. This is actually the old one that's activated. And here's what they look like. That's 200 and something Aussie dollars worth of useless junk now. This is the Take Air Off-Road from Alpinestars. I had it set to Enduro, very slow off. Front wheel dropped into a rain divot and it just came to a slow stop, but enough to send me over the handlebars. So I was inverted and poof, it blew up, gave me quite a shock, but because I've never had one of these go off before. And that was that. If you remember, it's got 2 cylinders, so that gives you 2 deployments, which is handy. But you know what, it's still got pretty damn good protection throughout. So even if you did deploy 2 of them, you've still got the back. You've still got a pretty decent breastplate that will give you heaps of protection. Not too bad, and shoulders as well. So, okay, even if I do deploy them twice, or want to stop spending 200 and something friggin' bucks every time I have to replace the gas cylinder, then I've still got a pretty decent protection. But it's quite heavy. There's quite a lot going on back there. I mean, full armor tends to be heavy, but you do have the cylinders and the electronics back here. But it's super comfy. What am I? Medium, I think. So I'm like 175 tall, weigh about 80 kilos. Went for the medium, and it fits absolutely mint. Even though it is quite heavy, I've ridden out in it quite a few times now, and to be honest, I don't really notice it after a while. I have used this hydration pack before. Put that in there. It just makes it extra bulky. Don't like it. So usually I just keep it as it is. Wear jacket over it, an abrasion jacket, because they do say that this by itself, like a lot of just armor, is not great for abrasion. It's great for impact. So wear something over it, and then a little backpack with hydration pack on top of that. I mean, you kind of look like sort of the Hunchback of Notre Dame, but well, who cares what you look like when you're out there, right? I'm just going to quickly show you how to change the cylinder, which is very easy. So initially I thought, having read the bump, that this could only be done by an authorised dealer, but it turns out that you can change them yourself. I thought there were 4 deployments, that it would do 4 deployments and I'd have to send it in. In fact, that's what it says in the literature. But I went in today, talked to my local dealer, and they said, no, it's good for 6 deployments. And then it'll just shut down. It just won't turn on. So it's got a little memory thing. I've got an app. This is fairly clunky, but it seems to work okay. So it's quite good because it sort of talks about the hours that you've ridden, this kind of stuff. You can go use follow me and all this kind of handy jargon. But it'll tell you how many deployments it's had and do some analytics around that, which is fairly nifty. But then also it'll be interesting to see if it does hit the sort of 6 deployments, if that's really when it'll just not work. It still works as a great bit of kit, just won't be able to deploy. 6 deployments, that's $1,200. This thing was $1,600 already. So every time you change the canister, a couple $100. It's a lot. One of the things the guys did say to me, he says that quite a few people have come back saying for enduro, and I ride adventure enduro, so I do drop the bike a lot, come off a fair bit, that a lot of people think it's too sensitive, and his recommendation was to go straight to rally. Up to you. Like, I'm no expert. Anyway, very easy to get into the back. There's a little pull toggle just here. Pull that. That lifts that whole back plate, and there you can see the 2 canisters. Now, you turn it on by just putting the 2 magnets together so that it comes on. And you'll see there are 2 lights. And this means that they are both charged, good to go. I think it's the right hand one that always kicks off first, but it'll be flashing to tell you which one that you need to change, so that's fairly easy. I'm just going to turn it off. There we go. Right, pay attention, kids. Very easy to lift out, but you need to be able to take this thing off. In here, I don't know if you can see, there's a little tool. Oh, cutie. Can I get it out? Yes, I can. It's just got a little retaining clip. So this handy little tool, when you push, this pops out the orange part of the rear plug, and then out it comes. And then that allows you to unscrew it, easy as yeet, and then, oh look, here's another one. Take your new one, ready to go. Nice and snug. Line up your plug. It's just a little 2-pin, but it has a little guide in there. That's now on nice and tight. Drop it back into the retaining clips. Just matching up the other one. That all looks hunky-dory. Take my little handy tool and put it back where I found it for the next time. And it just clips back in. And then if I turn it on, and then as you can see, the two lights are solid red. If there was one that was flashing, I'd either done something wrong or put in the old one again by mistake. But that's what I want to see, two solid red. So now I have two deployments ready to go. Putting it back in, just make sure there's no wiring in the way for when I close it. Everything is looking hunky-dory. That just comes in underneath. Pull that forward and press down at the same time. That's solid as. And then zipper back up, and I'm good to go. What I didn't point out at the beginning, when this is activated, or when this is on, all you do is put the two magnets together. Put the two magnets together. Put the two magnets together. Right, you will see. There's my on button, there's everything's functioning, and that's actually solid. So before I changed this canister, that was flashing. So that was telling. I've got it in the street at the moment because I've got about a 45-minute drive right out to any of my enduro spots or adventure spots, dirt spots. So that's keep it in the street for that. And then when I get there, I just do a 2-second press, and it changes over. There's a vibration, there's a noise, takes me to enduro. Press it again, just for a couple of seconds, and it'll take me to rally. It's good. Now if I turn it off, it will go off, and when I turn it back on, the memory. So if I had it in enduro, my understanding is that it comes back on, in rally, if I had it in enduro. So I'm going to try this whole rally business. I mean, I ride pretty fast off-road where I can, so no issues with that. But let's see if it's a little bit less sensitive for that slower stuff, which would be good, because it's getting expensive to be changing those cylinders all the time, canisters all the time. I like to, if I'm doing really slow speed stuff that I know I'm going to be dropping the bike a lot and that kind of stuff, elephant turns, blah blah blah. I might even just turn off the whole thing together. You've still got the protection, but just turn off the whole thing altogether. That way I don't risk, because I don't need the airbag when I'm not even doing 20 k's an hour. All right, hope that's helpful. Any questions down below? See you in the dirt.